right. Hey. Let's talk for a minute about what it really means when people say that you're playing small. I think that sometimes we get confused about what that looks like and what that really means. And so today, let's go over it just so that you can really identify if that's you, and if so, what you can do about it. So I'm going to share with you seven blaring, al- seven blaring alarms. If you can relate to any of these things, you're likely playing small, okay? But I'm not only going to give you the seven signs, I'm also going to give you the steps to stop doing that because you were meant for so much more. When I say abundance is your birthright, I really mean it. And you just have to step into it. So let's get to talking about it because we throw this phrase around playing small all the time. And I think that it goes over our head what it really means, or we're not really sure how to know if that's you. And it is like, what can I do about it? So I'm going straight into the seven signs that you can relate to. And so this is the point where you got to be honest with yourself. Is this you? So the number one, do you avoid me? But wait, let me tell you what that means because you might be thinking, oh, people see me all the time. You never turn your camera, even when sometimes even when you're the one presenting or asking a question or responding, or maybe at networking events, you sit in the back and hope that no one calls on you, or you will try to believe. And this one is a telltale. You've never gone live before on social media. You've never introduced your services, and you rarely post because you're worried about what other people will think. If you can relate to any of that, you're playing small. Number two, you downplay your wins. Let's talk about this. I talked to educators. I was on a call last night. They land a big client or they submit their first proposal and they act like it was nothing. Oh, that it was no big deal. Yeah, I did it. I talked to someone last night. She submitted 5 proposals in like 2 weeks. That's legendary. That's exceptional. That's amazing. And there was no celebration. It was like, oh, that's I did it. I met the goal. Or someone compliments your skill and you brush it off. You say, "Oh, I just help teachers. It's not a big deal." You downplay it or you minimize your brilliance to stay relatable. And I suffered from this as well. You don't want to sound cocky. You don't want to sound arrogant. And you don't want people to think that you're conceited. And like think about the ladies who are absolutely stunning. I have a sister who is absolutely stunning. She's beautiful, and she didn't want people to think that she was conceited. And so when people would compliment her, she would downplay it. When in reality, you just got to step into it and say thank you so much. Thank you for the compliment. Because at the end of the day, you are beautiful. So maybe you are minimizing your brilliance to stay relatable because you don't want to seem like here and they're down here. Number three, you are second guessing everything. I mean people all the time. You write the same Instagram caption 10 times and still never post it. You'll record a video, but you won't upload it because it's not polished enough. You make up these things in your head. You will reread an RFP 3 times, talk yourself out of applying for it by saying what all you don't have, and then convince yourself that you're not ready. That's second guessing yourself. When you looked at it and you got excited, you were supposed to go with that flow. But you kept reading, going back over, questioning yourself, trying to figure out why you can't do it. That's second guessing yourself. If any of this relates to you, put it in the chat. Put it in the comments. Let us know. Number four, you believe there's only one way to do things. Oh, I meet these people all the time. You believe there's only one way to do can't charge that, or you believe that the only way to make money in education is as a full-time employee, or maybe you think if you're not doing it like somebody else is doing it, then you're wrong. No, you're playing small. Let's go to number five. Number five, let's keep it going. You said, this one drives me crazy. Set safe goals and not stretch goals. So instead of saying this is going to be my 10K month, you say I just want to make an extra $1,000. Oh, it drives me crazy. I talk to educators all the time. And they'll say if I could just make an extra $1,000 a month, it- why not aim for 10,000 a month? Why not aim for 5,000 a month? Why do we have to downplay what is we're playing it safe because we don't want to let ourselves down and we're afraid of failure. Or you tell yourself one workshop instead of planning for your full six-figure consulting business. So you say, I'm gonna do one workshop, and you'll do that because one workshop is safe, it's realistic, it's feasible. But where's your stretch goal? Why won't you stretch and say, I am going to plan for my six-figure consulting business? And then you really think small because you only plan based on your current situation and not your future possibility. You're making decisions from where you are now instead of future casting and making the decision off of where. So I talk to people all the time and they say stuff like, I can't leave my job because I need the insurance, or I can't leave my job because of this. And then they can't see the idea that they can afford insurance if they were not at the job. Why can't they see that? Because on the job, they make $60,000 a year. Their take home pay is $2,000, $2,500 every pay period, and that money is already tied up, it's already gone, and insurance is paid out of their job check. But what they can't see is that when you leave the business, you do the things you said you were going to do and do work, you're not going to be making $60,000. You can be making $160,000. So while you're worried about paying $500 a month in insurance of $60,000, they never realize I'm not going to be making 60,000. I'm going to be making 160,000. So now paying $500 a month is not as daunting when I'm making three times the salary. So you have to think about it not from your current situation, but from the future possibility. Number six, you over plan and over research. Where are my over planners? Where are my researchers? You have bought all of the courses, you have downloaded all of the freebies, and you haven't made an offer. You sit in all of the free master classes, you sign up for stuff all the time, and you have not pitched your services, made an offer, or submitted a proposal at all because you're so busy over planning and over researching. Or maybe you're that person you spend more time on your logo, on your business card, on making designs in Canva. You need to be pitching. You need to be pitching. And you might be that person who says, oh, I'm not ready yet. I'm still ready. I'm working on it, but you're not moving. You're not doing anything. You're not making anything happen. You're just talking. And then the last one, these are the alarms. If any of this resonates, put it in the comments, put it in the chat, let us know. You hesitate to build a team or ask for help. Yeah, I said it. You believe you have to do everything. You got to write the proposal. You got to design the slides. You got to do the tech. You have to be every person in the business. And then you might be that person who feels guilty about outsourcing or hiring help because you feel like you should be able to do it. That's crazy. You can't do all things. Or maybe you keep saying you need help, but you don't reach out. Or you invest in real support. Any of this sounding familiar? If any of this is sounding familiar, you're playing small. And let me tell you why you do this. This happens because you are trying to prevent loss. loss aversion. Afraid that if I start this business, if I get this contract, if I make all of this money, if I am able to quit my job, I might outgrow my friendships. I might lose some of my friendships. It's going to cost me my peace, and I'm going to have to step out of my comfort zone. Think about that. You start the business, and you quickly get a contract, and then you learn how to write proposals, and you submit a proposal, and that proposal pays you three times what you've ever made in your entire life. Well, obviously, you're going to be able to buy more things and have access to more things. And a lot of times we have loss aversion. We don't want to, lose the things that we already have in order to gain some of the things that we want or desire. And so we don't want to lose those friendships and those relationships because you're going to become a different person. You don't want to step outside of your comfort zone because this is the way you've always done it. And the second piece to that is people pleasing. You don't want to make others uncomfortable by shining too bright. Want to make everybody feel comfortable. You got to get okay with making people feel uncomfortable. And it's not your job to manage their feelings. So let me give you the four steps real quick about what you can do instead. Because let's not just talk about the problem. You know, it's not like sitting just talking about a problem. I like to give you what might be a concern and ways to change that. So first thing I want you to do, you ready to stop playing small. This is where you take the notes. I want you to acknowledge that you've been playing small. Yep, ask yourself. This is the question to ask yourself. Do I see myself the way others see? If people call you brilliant, or maybe they call you a boss or inspiring, but you still feel regular, that's a disconnect. Like people will say, "Oh my God, you're a powerhouse," and you're thinking, "Really? Why would you say that?" Or whatever it is, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't see yourself the way others see you. They see you as this amazing, brilliant, talented boss lady, and you're like, "That makes me uncomfortable." When they say that I ain't getting nothing no more than anybody else. I'm just a regular person trying to live my life. Acknowledge that you've been playing small. Acknowledge it. Just say, "You're right. This makes me uncomfortable." And that's probably something I need to address because the truth of the matter, you know that you've done something different. You've done something other people have not done. And that's why they're seeing that light. Number two, I want you to identify the root of the belief. Identify where that comes from. Is it a fear? Is it a trauma response? Is it a limiting belief from childhood? Because a lot of times it's the way that we were raised. You don't talk about money, which is why some of you all may get a little cringe feeling when I talk about money. And I talk about money to get you into the habit of hearing about money and talking about money. Or you've been taught to stay humble. If you're doing good work, other people will recognize it. You don't have to go around talking about what you're doing. Those are limiting beliefs from childhood. And this is a big one for people who have siblings. Don't outshine your siblings. So maybe you were that person who made straight A's and your siblings did not. And so you don't want to be the smart one. You don't want to be the one that they always brag on. So work to not outshine siblings. So identify the root of the belief. And once you identify the root of that belief, you have to learn to regulate your nervous system when it shows up. Because if you tune into your body, you know you're about to do something big or when something is uncomfortable or challenging you. You get a feeling in your body, either your stomach, in your back, in your shoulders, maybe your face tightens and tense up. But all you simply have to do is pay attention to what your body is doing when you're about to do something big. And this is what I do to regulate myself. So I might be somewhere and let's say I'm at a conference or a networking event, and somebody comes over and they're talking to me about an opportunity. Now, sometimes the opportunities, I have no idea what they're talking about because it's not in my area of expertise. Okay. So just because something isn't your area of expertise doesn't mean that it's not a great opportunity for you. So, for instance, they can be talking to me about IT infrastructure and how if we bring our services together, you can train the people on uh, cybersecurity and IT infrastructure. And I have and then they have the knowledge around the IT infrastructure and all of that. Well, my body instantly begins to tense up, and I begin, like I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to say. I don't know what they're talking about. I get it, but I don't get it. And then I have to stop myself. And I have to say, stop, stop. You don't have to be the expert in everything. You are safe. They're for you to support. They will tell you how to support. But I also thank my body. I thank my body for alerting me that that this is putting me outside of my comfort zone, and it makes me realize and perk up to see. Oh, let me pay attention because this may be an opportunity that I would typically overlook because it's outside of my comfort zone. So, your affirmations, talk to yourself, breath work, come up with your strategy to regulate your nervous system. So, number three, come up with your strategy. What is it? Sometimes I just work on breathing, take a breath in through my nose and out through my mouth. And that allows me to regulate my nervous system. I tell my brain, stop thinking, stop trying to figure out what your response is going to be. Stop and listen and breathe. Take in what they're saying. Listen 100%. And so, what is your strategy? And the fourth thing that I want you to do is set a stretch goal. And don't set that goal based on what's proven or what's realistic for you, because that just means that you have no faith. Think about what's possible with a little faith and a bold. That's what we want you to do. Have a little faith and make a bold. That might be getting in front of a superintendent, pitching your services. That might be you launching a workshop or submitting a five-figure proposal. Whatever it is, stretch yourself. Be willing to stretch yourself. And this is how we stop playing small. This summer, you can break this cycle. You've been in this cycle for a little while. Let's go ahead and break it. Join me at Power Move 2025. We're going to teach you how to get out of your, how to show up boldly and powerful, and how not to just ask for a seat at the table, but how to bring your own table. We're going to teach you how to eat at your own table and how to invite others to your table to eat as well. We're going to give you real action steps to stop playing safe and create your own table. People, it's a new year. Things are different. I'm telling you, this summer, you need to step into your fullness. You need to step into your power. This is not the time to shrink. This is not the time to play it small. Am I glitching? She said, I'm glitching. So this is not the time to play small. This is the time to truly step into your power. And so get your ticket to Iman Live. There's a virtual component as well as a live component. And we're going to have an amazing time. And we bring you real strategies, real know-how, real support. And you'll be able to definitely go to the next level. But you got to show up for yourself. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. And it does not take 10 years, 5 years, even a year for that matter. When you know the right strategies to take, you can change things in from a conversation. So click the link, check out the